William Blake was an English poet, painter, and printmaker. He was unrecognized during his life, but now considered as a seminal figure in the history of the poetry and visual art of the Romantic Age. William Blake was born on 28 November 1757 in London. Blake was considered as mad by his contemporaries for his idiosyncratic views. He came to be highly regarded by later critics and readers for his expressiveness and creativity. His paintings and poetry have been characterized as part of the Romantic movements and as pre-Romantic. In fact, he has been said to be a key early proponent of both Romanticism and nationalism. He was a committed Christian who was hostile to the Church of England. Blake was influenced by the ideals and ambitions of the French and American revolutions. William Blake was the third of 7 children. His father was James, who had come to London from Ireland. He was educated at home by his mother, Catherine Blake. William was baptized on 11th December at St. James Church. The Bible was an early and profound influence on Blake and remained a source of inspiration throughout his life. Blake started engraving copies of drawings of Greek antiquities, which was purchased for him by his father, a practice that was preferred to actual drawing. His early works displays knowledge of Ben Jonson, Edmund Spenser, and the Psalms. Then Blake was apprenticed to engraver James Bazar. Later, he became a professional engraver. After 2 years, Bazar sent his apprentice to copy images from the Gothic churches in London, perhaps to settle a quarrel between Blake and James Parker, his fellow apprentice. His experiences in Westminster Abbey helped him to form his artistic style and ideas. Blake preferred the classical precision of his early influences, Michelangelo and Raphael. After his father's death, Blake and former fellow apprentice James Parker opened a print shop. They began working with radical publisher Joseph Johnson. After returning to London in 1804, he began to write and illustrate Jerusalem, his most ambitious work. Blake worked relentlessly on his Dante series. He was died on 12th August 1827 in London. Some of the notable works of William Blake: Songs of Innocence and of Experience, The Marriage of Heaven and Hell, Jerusalem, and Milton. William Blake's style of writing in traditional verse and composition to free verse. He was influenced by the Gothic style, even though he wrote in a period of Romanticism. He strongly believes that reality is a construction of the human mind, because human beings bring meaning to nature in the form of imaginative thought.